Cognito specializes in lift kits
Lift
or
kits,
other
suspension, steering components, upgrades, everything to make your life easier when you're rolling down the road in one of these big trucks.
Now this lift is pretty high.
This is our 10 to 12 inch kit. This is sitting level at 10 inches with roughly 37 by 16 inch tires.
And so now you've got some big wheel.
Yeah, so those are 24-inch wheels.
I see that you've got this very cool powder coat.
Yes.
And what's the normal color going on?
Normal color this kit has is going to be a black powder coat. Now also if somebody's interested in doing a custom powder coat, I do offer this kit in a raw. Doesn't change the price point. And matter of fact, it could extend the time I can get the kit out to you. But if you wanted it raw for the sake of not having to strip off our powder coat, I can definitely give it to you in a raw condition, ready to powder coat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an 8-inch spring pack.
And then what's it do to the ride?
Oh, the ride's incredible. You wouldn't think you're in a 10-inch lifted truck. Really? Yeah, oh yeah.
And what makes that happen?
Well, it's a combination of our upper control arms, our ingenuity, our engineering. We've done our homework. We've done our homework.
And how long has Cognito been making these?
1991.
1991.
We started in '91 with the old style trucks.
Wow.
Old Blazers, old the big heavy boxy stuff. That's what we started, and now we're moving on to bigger and better things. Practically 2 decades. Yeah.
And what do you have over here in the ATV?
Over here I've got a Polaris Razor Turbo. This also, we've done all of the suspension components. This car actually has our trailing arms, our radius rods, radius rod cage. These are our shocks they're Fox shocks that we've custom valved. Our bumper, this has got our recreational cage on it. It's also got our hood, our light bar brackets, upper and lower front control arms, tie rods. It's got our door kit on it.
When you're bouncing it onto the road, does it outperform the OEM?
Absolutely.
Like, go ahead, brag on it a little. What will it do?
Oh man, 500 to 1. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you're jumping, you're rebounding, you're coming back from hitting whoops, and it's just you're floating on clouds. It's incredible.
So you've got the long throw shocks and everything, just like
yep.
anybody that was taking a dune buggy racing across the desert.
Right. But the difference is our custom valving. So we once we get them into the shop, we take them apart in our shop. We custom valve it according to our specifications.
So Chris, here we are at the Road Armor booth at SEMA 2017, and I understand you're like the principal designer of these fine products.
I am for the new Identity line. So we're here at SEMA to introduce our new Identity of product line. It's just the trending type bumpers that are really personalizable for all the truck industry, and we'll venture into more of the Jeep stuff as well. But what we do produce is this new Identity bumper is fully modular and able to be UPS shippable as well. It has over 144 different configurations available in one single bumper, and just allows us to cater to the show truck market and to those who really want to find their own identity and express that in their own truck. This is our new headache rack that we've developed and introduced here at the show. It allows you to mount a 40-inch light bar right above the cab. Allows you to mount 4 cubes on both sides, and you can do a full RGB setup where basically you can have blinkers. They're great for work trucks as well as for those who really just want to dress up their truck and have a really nice truck. Yeah, and the big thing about this particular item is it's very modular, so the base end pod structures are pretty much the same across the board for every single make and model, and then these end caps allow it to work with different bed covers. Like the backflip is a very popular item, and this particular lower piece is just interchangeable between the different models, as well as the center section to accommodate the different widths and structures of each bed.
And I see you've got your logo in that one panel. Is that like a water jet cutout or plasma? Or
laser cut.
Laser cut?
Yep.
And so if somebody wanted their own little logo there, would you do that for them?
We don't personalize them, but we can certainly do it where we have the panels as just a blank option.
Blanks.
And they can have their own logo either etched or water jetted at a job shop type item.
Excellent. That really makes the truck their own, doesn't it?
It really does.
So Dennis, you know what I see?
What do you see?
I see a little yellow sparrow.
You see a little yellow, could be possibly confused with orange, with some silver, orange and silver sparrow. That is correct.
All right. Well, I'm colorblind, so I wouldn't know for sure.
That's okay. That's okay.
This is one of the first vehicles I've seen in the show that's electric.
That is correct. This is an electric vehicle. It was built and designed in California by a gentleman by the name of Mike Corbin, world famous for his seats for motorcycles.
Okay.
So he's been in the business for quite a few years. The product was first launched in 1996 at the CES show.
Oh. Okay.
And it project lasted for about 10 years. They built about 200 to 300 units in between that time. And today the product is unveiling version 2 of the product. This is an all-electric vehicle, as we've indicated already. It's a 3-wheel design. It'll go up to 100 miles on a single charge, and anywhere between 65 to 80 miles an hour average on that mileage.
And have you got drive motors in the 2 front wheels or the 1 wheel in the back?
It drives off the rear wheel.
It drives off the rear wheel. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, let's look.
Okay, what do you got?
So
you got a trunk.
We got a trunk. We have a golf ball effect on the vehicle that is for the it helps with the aerodynamics.
They did a show on that, that one TV show where they test everything.
Yeah.
And they dimpled it.
That is correct.
And it made a big difference.
It does make a big difference. It helps for us, the gives us extra capacity or extra mileage in which we can go.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. So it is a right side entry, so there's only one cantilever door on it. Again, it's got a nice comfy seat in there. The seat is actually cooled as the cooling system for the vehicle. It's got your nice little dash, very simple, very comfortable. Basically, for a view perspective, you're going to look out of your left and right rear view mirrors to see what's coming up behind you. Fits a gentleman about 6'2", very comfortably in there.
Wow.
Plenty of leg room. As we indicated, a small trunk in the back, and it is of a 3-wheel design. So again, we talked about our cantilever door. So
really nice fit and finish.
Nice fit and finish.
Look at that. I mean, look at those seams. They're perfect.
Yeah, got nice.
So is this all computer designed?
This was designed by a computer. It was cut out of a master using a 5-axis milling process. And basically, Corbin fabricates this in-house in Hollister, California. And again, it's got a cute little design to it.
It's very racy.
It's got, yeah, a little low and racy. If anyone is interested in learning more, you can go to www.sparrowcar.com.
And say Robert sent you.
Robert sent me. And at the end of the day, I work for a company called RevChem Composites, and we've provided all the fiberglass materials that have gone into the manufacturing of the vehicle. We've been involved with the project for the past 10 years.
All right, every so often you just see something that looks like way too much fun, and this is one of those things. Look at these wheels. Look at these rims. Oh my God, what is going on here? Look at the sound system going on in here. They even put spotlights on their springs. Hi, too much fun. You've made a machine here. Now, when you come to the car show, sometimes you just see something and it's like just so strange and awesome that you got to come over and walk over to take a look at it. And this is one of those things. This little tiny clamshell goes up on top, and talk about having your hotel with you, but oh my God, this thing is like paper thin, but it turns into this. Can you imagine? You got a penthouse on top of your car. Here we go. Look at this thing. It just pops right up there, and bam! No wind resistance when you are going back down the road because it turns into this. How crazy is that? They also have this other model which does that, but I don't know, I kind of like the square design, even though that might have a little bit more room. This is just crazy good.
Get your truck ready for anything.